Marisa Ramirez-Ramos, Fire and Life Safety Educator for the Mesa Fire Department. Welcome to What's on Fire. In this edition, we'll see how Mesa's newest fire station is saving the city thousands of dollars by becoming green. We'll also learn some cleaning safety tips. As you prepare your pools and homes for guests this summer, we'll explore some of the hidden dangers of household chemicals. But first, as I'm sure you've felt, the valley is heating up. And here to discuss this triple-digit threat is Mesa Police Officer and Public Information Officer Steve Berry.
How's it going today?
Pretty good. Thanks for being out here in the heat with me. This is commonly where the fire department and the police department would respond to a heat-related call.
That's true. You know, every year, about this time of year, we start getting lots of heat-related calls. I know I've been in the valley all my life, and even when you've lived here all your life, it can definitely sneak up on you.
Sure. Last year alone, the fire department between May and October responded to 80 heat-related calls. And I'm sure sometimes it's not just leaving a child in a vehicle that's locked, but I know that it's also animals at times.
Certainly from time to time we do get those calls as well for someone who says, hey, I'm just going to run to the store, I'll take the dog with me, and they leave the pet in the car. And they forget how quickly that car can heat up.
Steve, and as we're discussing, it can get hot so quickly.
People don't realize just how quickly the inside of a vehicle can heat up. Just to prove that, while we've been standing here, we went ahead and put a thermometer inside of this vehicle that's going to show us the inside and outside temperature of the vehicle. Within just a matter of a few minutes, we've already got a 20-degree difference where it's approximately 104 degrees outside, but it's already 124 degrees inside.
Now, do you have any tips that you can share that would help a person remember their child or their animal?
One of the easiest ways to do that, especially for moms who've got it a little bit easier, is if they would put their purse in the back seat with their small child or infant. They're not likely to forget their purse, so they're not likely to forget their infant.
Okay. So Steve, according to the Centers for Disease Control, or the CDC, on average, more people are killed by heat in the United States than by tornadoes, hurricanes, floods, and lightning combined. So this is a very real problem.
I think people don't realize how real it is. Even though we're very early on in the season this year, we've already had 2 heat-related deaths here in the valley just in the past week.
What are some things that we can do to keep ourselves out of a heat-related situation?
It's pretty easy in general to keep yourself out of a heat-related situation just using some good common sense. Obviously here in Arizona with the extreme heat, one of the first things is to drink plenty of water. And I do mean regular water, maybe the occasional sports drink or something like that. Alcoholic beverages, those are not going to cool you off. Those can only make the problem worse. Obviously, if you can, stay inside an air-conditioned vehicle or building during the hottest parts of the day and dress appropriate for it. Here in Arizona, besides the heat, we've got to deal with the sun and skin cancer problems. So keep that skin covered and keep yourself as cool as you can during the hottest part of the day.
Okay. Now, if we ever see a child locked in a vehicle, or a pet for that matter, is the right thing to do to call 911?
The right thing is definitely to do is to call 911. Again, people don't realize just how quickly you can go from being okay to being in an extreme situation where it becomes a life and death situation. Getting help there as quickly as possible is definitely the way to take care of that problem.
Now, what would potentially happen to a person who does leave, let's say, a pet in their vehicle?
Well, hopefully we don't ever get to that situation, but the penalties can be pretty stiff. For someone leaving their child unattended in a car that could result in serious injury or death, certainly that person could be charged with child endangerment or child abuse, child neglect, those types of charges. For a pet, similar, but also it just falls under animal abuse. The goal here is just to make sure that we take those little ones and pets with us so we don't have that problem.
Steve, thanks so much for lasting through the heat with me.
No problem. Glad to be here. The goal is just to get out some good information. Hopefully we can all make it through the summer.
Absolutely. And next, we'll take a look at Mesa's newest innovative station. Steve, let's get out of this heat.
I agree.